What if I told you that self-improvement was as addictive as sugar? Imagine craving your own growth the way you crave your favorite dessert or your favorite social media feed. In this video, you're going to see why willpower is useless and why it's not enough to get you where you want to go. We'll explore the 5 pillars that make growth effortless. And by the end, you won't just know how to grow, you'll be hooked on becoming your best self for life. Welcome to Season 3 of Roar. Not everyone has the willpower to improve simply because they want to. Sometimes you need a way to make progress that doesn't require a mad push. I'm Aubrey Lynch. For over 3 decades, I've worked with thousands of people, showbiz, academia, business, and the successful people are addicted to personal growth. They understand that success comes from the inside out and that self-awareness and the adventure of curiosity drives them to continue to achieve. I know this because that dancer and athlete is alive in me, driving me forward out of passion, not willpower. I learned a long time ago that no matter how many accolades you strive for or acquire, they mean less if you're not also working on your inner you. I want to share some habits that have worked for me over and over again, and maybe they'll work for you. Starting with the right vision, we can find a way to our best selves. Willpower stinks and it's not reliable. If you could push yourself to do half the things you want to do, your life would be 1,000% better overnight. Alas, we cannot. Willpower is just not enough to get it all done. You know what I'm talking about. We cannot just muscle through our lives to get the life we want. It requires something much more nuanced. Here are some things that I did to make personal growth my addiction. Willpower will push you in any direction you want to go. However, self-improvement is not about moving forward blindly. It's about moving forward with intention, without expectation. That's a more natural way of approaching the things that you're doing, is to find a way to feel like it's a natural flow of what you want to do. If you push yourself through it and you have an expectation to achieve this thing and you don't do it, it can be pretty devastating. What you see in yourself sets limitations for how far you go. Having the right vision is where it all begins. You have to choose how you want to show up in the world. If you are thinking about, I can't do this, I'm too tired, I'm overwhelmed, my job, my kids, my this, my that, you're never going to do anything. You're going to keep in this spiral of depression and overwhelming and not having the life that you want. If you tell yourself, I'm resilient, I'm passionate, I keep trying, I'm going to keep going, I'm going to do what I've got to do to make the life that I want. It might be a challenge, it might look like a mountain, but I can climb that mountain. If you talk to yourself like this, it makes these items that you want to achieve much easier, much more inspiring. But if you tell yourself, oh, it's so hard, it's so big, it's so long, I'm never going to get there, then you won't get anywhere. Writing things down burns it into your brain. Unlike typing or talking, when you write it, it's more of a commitment to yourself, especially if you write it in a passionate way. I am going to X, Y, and Z. Describe the life you want. List the tasks that make up that goal. Writing it down creates a commitment within yourself. There is an innate sense of something must be done. If you write it, it's law. And writing is better than typing or talking. When you write it down, it burns into your brain much more than just talking about it does or dreaming about it. Even if you don't go back and read it again, something about writing it down kind of puts it into the world that this is what I'm going to do. Make sure what comes out of your mouth waters your intentions. Speak gratitude and confidence over the things you want. What comes out of your mouth calls forth energy. I love that book, The Alchemist. Something like, don't say that, the universe might be listening. That's right. If you say it and believe it, I believe the universe listens. This is when I practice all the time. I am in a constant state of gratitude. I am grateful for this. I am grateful for that. I find the silver lining and I speak out, I am grateful with that learning from whatever it is I'm facing. Create an environment that honors how you see yourself and what you want. 95% of your actions are triggered by your surroundings. Remove the distractions. Fill your kitchen with food that nourishes your body. Clean up the corners. Make sure where you look is beautiful and inspiring, unlike that side of the room. The stiff other stuff over there. I make sure I look that way, and that gazelle back there is not there by accident. It's there to remind me who I am as a gazelle from Broadway. I was in the original cast of Lion King, and when I left, they gave me this gazelle. I had no idea what to do with it, so I put it in storage for 15 years, and one day I thought, oh, it can go up there like a moose head over a fireplace. And every day I look at that when I'm depressed, when I'm feeling discouraged, when I'm feeling like I'm a loser or overwhelmed, I go, Aubrey, There's the evidence. Your environment will help you stay on task and inspire you to be addicted to your personal growth journey. Remain committed to yourself. Keep one commitment to yourself every day. No questions asked. Believe it and commit to it. Start small. It's Sunday. I'm riding that bike today. And I did. I also went to the gym. I promised myself I'll do that, and I did not let myself down. Do not promise the gym to yourself if you're not going to go, because then you're reminding yourself that you're not doing and taking care of yourself. Commit to something that you can do for yourself. I'm going to have tea at 9 o'clock, I'm going to turn off the television at 9. I'm going to read my book. You commit to that one thing and do that every single day. You'll be surprised how that habit, those tasks become bigger and bigger and bigger. Next thing you know, you're achieving your goals. I do this. It works. If you commit to implementing these positive actions consistently, self-improvement becomes your habit, a habit that can be addictive as your favorite guilty pleasure. You may have to muscle through them at first to get them started, but if you stick with them consistently, you will create habits that will not need to rely on willpower. As a dancer, I was very, very disciplined. I didn't do much but dance. And so I had habits that prepared me for dancing. The way I ate, what I ate, when I slept, how long I slept, what I did with my life during the day on my days off, how I took care of my body. It was a constant habit. It was driven by the passion, not by the willpower. So now I have that advantage that I can create a habit that I stick to it. So I set my going to bed time, I set my getting up time, I set my morning routine. These are not huge things, but there are little habits that help me become better at who I am and keeps me curious about learning about myself and wanting to understand and unpack the things that help me be creative and successful. I really urge you to try this, because if you can create your own versions of this list, whatever that works for you, it doesn't require willpower, because you become inspired, and personal growth is a curiosity you have naturally that makes you want to be better. But the trick is to not judge yourself along the way. A lot of what we perceive as failure in our personal growth journeys is our expectations that are unrealistic, our lack of consistency, and is giving into the habit of giving up. Giving up is okay as long as it's not giving up forever. Giving up today. Today I'm not going to the gym. Today I went to the gym, I'm not going to finish it. Today I am going to have a cheat day. Whatever that means for you, I hope you get what I'm saying. I've been this way for over almost 40 years now, really curious about how humans work, how we behave, why we do the shenanigans we do. I'm fascinated by it, and I'm fascinated about how my life has unfolded based on what I learned about myself. And I know if you take the time to know yourself, if you take the time to install habits that support your personal growth journey, you will improve the way you want to over time. Nothing happens overnight. What you see on Instagram and on social media is not real. It's fun and great and fantasy. The reality is this crap is hard, it is grueling, and can be very, very defeating. And it's supposed to be, because life without struggle, without challenge, without resilience is not life. It can't be just rainbows, gumdrops, and bluebirds. It's got to be dedication, passion, and inspiration. Live your life the way it works best for you, and I invite you to continue to explore the habits you need to support your personal growth journey. And when you do this, it becomes very addictive in a healthy way, and it requires no willpower. If this video resonated with you, you might like the next one, where we're going to explore how to create your dream life blueprint. It'll be here when it's posted. The full playlist will be there. There's a full list of episodes in the season in the description. And remember, one planet, one tribe, one world, one love. I'll see you there.